little fight on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio, and this is the Morning Moment. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. Anne-Marie Waters forms a new party. That party is called For Britain. This is news. I have to let you know that Anne-Marie Waters has broken away from the UKIP party and has formed a new party. Now, I have no doubt that she will be attacked from all quarters. But here is a short clip from her speech made just a few days ago, and you can make your own mind up. I will put a link to her full speech as always on my website. In closing, if only we could do something like this here in Canada. Well, I have news. We can, and there are things that are changing right now, and there are people doing something about it. I will have details for you shortly, so stay tuned. Take a listen.
And I want to thank Jan for everything, and Jack and Lucy and Neil and all these incredible people that have helped me along the way. We have an enormous battle to fight, We aim to do nothing less than bring truth to politics. And when you're trying to bring truth to politics, you'll find you have a lot of opposition. People don't necessarily want a lot of truth in politics. But we do it to defend a country that we love. And we believe it deserves to be preserved for future generations. And despite the demise of the integrity of the nation state over recent decades, the UK is not a piece of land. It's an identifiable nation with a defined landmass, a defined jurisdiction, a government, citizenship, an economy. And we in For Britain recognise the immense sacrifices that others before us have made to bring us to a free and civilised country. We also believe that we must preserve the freedoms and the civilisation of Britain for future generations. We believe we have a moral duty to do so. And we also believe that our freedoms, our civilisation, is currently under attack, is currently being steadily dismantled. Our loss of free speech, for example, and this can no better be demonstrated than in our inability to criticise, for example, globalism or mass migration, mass immigration to the UK, or, of course, Islam, without being slandered instantly and falsely as a racist. Our greatest task when you're promoting truth is to overcome lies. And they've, of course, already started. Far right, BNP. But I would ask any journalist listen to this, and I've asked them before, but I'll ask them again. And I ask them mostly, not because I think they'll respond, but mostly to point out to the public the lack of integrity it takes to print and publish obvious untruths. So I hope there is still some integrity in the journalism profession, and that instead of calling me far right on all the headlines, just publish what we actually say and then let the public decide if we are far right or not. Of course, we are not a far right party. We believe in democracy. We believe in the will of the people and in a government that is held to account, not just in theory but in practice. And we therefore oppose the European Union as an unaccountable top-down system of governance. We believe not only in Brexit, but will work with allies and friends across Europe in an attempt to bring down the EU altogether and restore the voice of the people. Democracy, journalists, is not a far-right concept. We believe also in equal rights for all British citizens. All will be subject to the law as determined by elected members of Parliament. And we fundamentally oppose the true racism that manifests in a 2- or 3-tier justice system. Now, at present, policing in Britain takes into account racial or religious identity of the perpetrator or the victim in a criminal case. And this, they are making political decisions when they decide whether or not to even investigate, much less prosecute crimes. They are wondering about what the political fallout will be. while making these decisions. The police should have absolutely no concern whatsoever about who we vote for or what our political opinions will be. Their job, they're not social workers either. Social issues are not the concern of the police. They are there to enforce the law and enforce the law only, and they are there to do it without any consideration for race or religion or any other factor. The rule of law must be restored.
You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab and email. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all my morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio, that's EHRADIO, A Radio. And please click on the like button. And you can find all my podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Moments tab.